Hello there, friends of the Duchy, and a very warm welcome. Today I want to talk about a little app I came across some time ago. It not only provides the standard stuff guitar players and musicians use like a Tuna or a Metronome, but it also provides you with some theoretical stuff like scale patterns, chord patterns, even the circle of fifths is included, and a lot more. Let's bring it to the screen and talk about it. Okay, now we're in the starting screen of the app. The first thing we might want to do is set which instrument we use. We do it with the Instruments button, and as you can see, you here already have a wide variety of stringed instruments to choose from. I use the guitar, but you can also go from banjo, 5-string banjo, balalaika if you like. The bass might be quite popular as well. But yeah, we stick to guitar and stay there and go back to the starting screen. Let's go into the different components of the app. To kick things off, let's start looking at the basic components of the app, like the Tuna and the Metronome, and then work our way through the other components. So let's bring up the Tuna. As you might see, it's set up for the 6-string guitar. We could have chosen the 4-string bass or the 5-string banjo, then the Tuna would have adjusted accordingly. Here on the screen we have a more detailed description picture of the Tuna. You can also set it into an easy mode where it's just showing the more basic functions and an easier display if you like. Quite useful tool if you don't have a clip-on tuner around or are running out of batteries in your Stompbox tuner. So nice to have. Okay, next step, let's bring up the Metronome in the app. I think it's a very usable part. It's a really nice metronome. You can do quite a lot with it. Right now it's set to 4 quarter notes with a highlight on the first note. You can start it. It makes a quite pleasing noise. So maybe you can hear it. And you not only can set it to 4 quarter notes, but you have a selection of many rhythmic patterns. You can really go wild with this here. So if you like, you can also set it to 8/8 notes with highlights on the 1 and the 3. Everything possible here. You also have the ability to tap your tempo if you like, not a problem. So lots of options, lots of possibilities here. Just try it, just have a look. It's really useful. I use it quite a lot, the Metronome in this app. Okay, over to the next one. Okay, let's start walking through other components of the app and starting now with the chord component. As you see here, you are able to choose the root note of your chord, for example, a D. And if we're gonna choose the major 9th maybe, or the major 7th, then in the lower section of the display, the different fingering patterns for this chord on your guitar, on your instrument are displayed. Also for different fret positions, so a lot options for you to choose from. Maybe wanna find a pattern that's lower on the neck because you're playing there already. So have a look here. That's very nice. You can also add a bass note, then it's displayed as well. So really nice finding different chord finger patterns. It's very useful, I think. What you have to do still is to choose the most practical for you in the certain situation. All right, next up, the Chord Name tool. This is really interesting because it helps you find out the name of the chord you're playing. If you're just jamming and came across an interesting chord, like the sound of it, but don't know the name of it, you can find it out in this app. Maybe just apply a E major chord here, the name is shown in the bottom half of the screen. You can also have it played and hear the sound of it. So that's really a nice tool to find out what you're doing on your guitar. So everything will be displayed down there. You can also apply chords in other positions of the neck. You can choose with this slider where on the neck the chords are played and apply it there. So maybe just let's do this one, and we got a D major chord in this position on the 7th fret. Not a problem. Really nice tool. The next part, the chord progression screen, is a nice tool if you're traveling, if you don't have your instrument at hand and want to fiddle around with chord progressions, want to compose a little bit and try how different chords work together. So you can open it and then you can start applying chords as in the chord screen. So let's take a E major, then add maybe an A minor, let's say, and yeah, a C major as well, and then you can have them played out for you. It's just a nice tool. You can even use it to sketch up chord progressions for yourself. Really cool. For the next part, I have to move aside a little bit because we're going to turn the screen. It's the Arpeggio function of the app, and here you can see the finger patterns for different chords you want to play over with. So you see the root notes and the other notes in the Arpeggio here. You can choose the chord up here as in the chord selection screen as well again. So let's move to a D minor, and now we have the Arpeggio patterns for the D minor chord. Really useful tool. You can find different positions on the neck to play your arpeggios. Very, very nice tool. Next tool is going to be the scale tool. Here you find all the different scales you ever want to use. In the free version of the app, it's only the major and minor scale, where you can select the different root notes, for example, E major or E minor here, and you have the finger patterns for this scale with the root note depicted on your screen. Since we already talked about the metronome and the tuner, let's walk over to the transpose tool. This just allows you to transpose your songs to different pitches. If your singer needs it a little bit higher or lower, this is a quite useful tool for you to find out what to play for him then. Now let's come to one of the, in my opinion, most powerful aspects of this app, being the part with the circle of fifth. It's quite interactive. You can just turn it around. You can choose your root note for your major or minor scale. For example, here the F major or the D minor scale, and you have the chords you can use in these scales on the screen already. It's so nice to add a little bit of variation, to fiddle around with chord progressions that work in that scale. It's really cool. You can even start playing them out and fiddle around a little bit with them. So it's really nice. So just have a look at it. You can also bring up a legend to find the names of the different intervals. It's just cool. And now, wanna play a game? So let's get to the ear training tool of the app. It's quite nice if you have to throw away some time, if you're waiting, if you're on a train or something. You can just have it play out some notes for you, and you have to find out if you got them right. So let's start here. I already started a game. No idea, it wasn't a D, it was a C, so I'm quite bad. That was a C, great. It was a C again. That might be a D, and that might be an E, and so on. And you can adjust how complex it is, and so on. It's nice. Here you can have a statistics of your hit and miss patterns, so quite cool. You can choose which notes you want to have played out. Try it. It's really fun. And it helps develop your ear. And the final tool in the app I want to talk about is the Playground app. This is, like the name suggests, really just a playground. You can add and adjust chords if you like, so, and just play around with those. But you can also go into the pure fretboard mode and just play around with single notes. Really just a playground. If you have your instrument at hand, maybe better use your instrument. Yeah, and the other tools of the app provide you with some other opportunities, possibilities like a songbook app, a setlist app, even a notepad to just put down some notes in between. You have a pitch pipe if you want to tune different instruments. You have a tone generator you can use. You also have a timer if you're practicing in certain intervals. You just want to practice as part of the song for exactly 3 minutes or something like that. So really nice. Really powerful app. Lots of possibilities, lots of in-depth theory stuff, useful tools. I really love it. I really can recommend it. There are some aspects of the app which you have to pay for, but already the free version of the app provides you with a lot of really useful tools. Just download it, test it for yourself, and yeah, if you like it, maybe you want to provide the creators with a little bit of support by purchasing it. So really cool app in my opinion. Yeah, and that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you liked what you saw, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon to get notifications about upcoming videos. Until then, see you next time in the Dachi!